Hey everyone, welcome to Comic SA. My name is Shaun, and today we're going to be looking at. What are we looking at? Oh, Doomsday Clock, issue 7. Okay, so the story starts off with Dr. Manhattan, actually. He's basically narrating to us. So he talks about Alan Scott, the first Green Lantern, who we've been searching for all this time. When we found his lantern, thanks to Johnny Thunder and Saturn Girl and Rorschach. All right, so he talks about the first Green Lantern and how he describes how he ended up moving it like 6 inches like out of Alan Scott's way as he was about to crash on a train. Because originally it actually saves his life, so he doesn't become the Green Lantern and he doesn't become a superhero. Now, the premise on this is that Alan Scott was one of the first superheroes, in the Justice League of America, and in the Justice League Society, basically. And if he didn't become a superhero, I'm assuming maybe this is how Dr. Manhattan was able to take like 10 years away from everyone, is because he removed and he sped up some things and he delayed a few things. And he basically said like, okay, I removed also the genie lamp away from Johnny Thunder, so Johnny Thunder couldn't become Johnny Thunder, basically. And So he ends up doing, Dr. Manhattan basically ends up turning the tide of history and making sure that Alan Scott doesn't get his Green Lantern. Then Ozymandias basically comes and he picks up Rorschach, Saturn Girl, and Johnny Thunder. He's able to find them and locate them. And Ozymandias has basically been tracking, as we know, Dr. Manhattan. And what we find out is that the cat that... what's the cat's name? Bombatus or something like that. He's using his cat basically to track Dr. Manhattan. After the cat was killed, what gets explained in the story and also later on in the little tidbits at the end is that the cat is basically Ozymandias cloned the cat that Dr. Manhattan had killed originally, and the cat is now able to sense remnants and places where Dr. Manhattan has been. So the cat basically glows blue. The Joker has the comedian, all right, after he knocked him out. And Marionette and Mime basically Marionette actually, she grabs a drill and she starts torturing the comedian basically to find out what's he doing here. He's supposed to be dead and he hasn't even aged a bit. And basically we find out that Dr. Manhattan asked the comedian to please go kill Ozymandias' cat. Then Batman turns up, and boy, is it it is a scene. Batman turns up, he ends up fighting Marionette and Mime, which he gets I think he gets like, I would be shook if I see Mime shooting invisible bullets from a gun that doesn't exist. Marionette has this wire and she starts going up against Batman. The Joker finds this all hilarious, but he whips out like a flamethrower. He starts burning down the place. It's kind of crazy. And then and then Rorschach turns up with Ozymandias. Like everyone just turns up at the right time. Ozymandias appears with his cat and the Green Lantern. Rorschach appears as well, and then Batman's like to Rorschach, listen, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And basically Ozymandias comes up, says like, listen dude, you may be wrong about a lot of things, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, then Ozymandias, he uses the lantern as the comedian is tied down. So and Marionette and Mime basically stop fighting Batman, and then Ozymandias uses the lantern and the cat to basically call out, using the remnants of Dr. Manhattan's power and places where he's been, to call out Dr. Manhattan. And boy, does Dr. Manhattan appear. Like, Batman's like, I know who you are, but in my head I was like, what? What's going on? So yeah, anyway, Dr. Manhattan basically, he transports a bunch of them, not Batman, not the Joker, transports them and explains a few things. He says like, Adrian is busy making this appeal, please come save our world or whatever. And then Rorschach even goes there and says like, yo, please, like, trust Adrian, we're trying to save the world that we're coming from, you know. And Dr. Manhattan is basically like, listen guys, you wasted your time, I'm not going back. I'm kind of in the middle of something, which I really would like to know what we're in the middle of. And we find out basically, because Dr. Manhattan reveals that, but Rorschach, I don't even know why you're following Adrian Veidt. This guy doesn't even have cancer. He's been lying to you. Rorschach gets pissed. Ozymandias tells Rorschach, listen, you think Rorschach is a hero, that's why you took up the mantle of Rorschach. That time Rorschach ruined your family, ruined your parents' household and everything. And yeah, so anyway, there's beef now, all right? Dr. Manhattan, at the end of the day, just says like, this is a waste of time. He shows them a vision of something else I still need to understand. And Dr. Manhattan just basically disappears. He ends up leaving and they're all back in the same place. Rorschach then tries to kill Ozymandias, basically beating him half to death. The Joker pops in and is like, yo, I think you should slow down, which he shouldn't do. Rorschach backs up a bit, knocks a couple into the Joker and then runs away. All right, I think he mails afterwards we see some post scenes. Rorschach actually mails something to Lois Lane. All right, and Ozymandias basically gets back into the ship, throws Saturn Girl away, and Johnny Thunder as well, and he basically goes and he has this whole plan of how he's going to save both worlds now. In the meantime, what I was talking about with Rorschach sending something to Lois Lane, I believe he sent something to Lois Lane to try warn her or something about what's going on with these guys, you know, because at the moment only Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor basically sort of have an idea of what's going on in the DC universe. In the main DC universe, these two are the only two that have met up with any of these people, and the Joker, but like, come on. And okay, and on the other hand, we have a lot of background music that's going on here. There's a lot of background stuff going on, how the world is going crazy because of the Superman theory, and basically because of metahumans, and how metahumans are basically, everyone has this theory that metahumans are being manufactured in the USA for many years and so on. These things are not accidents and whatever. But what's funny is that the only person that rises above this, where the world like doesn't have issues, like, you know, we see that metahumans across the world are now guarding their borders. Like you can't go into Russia, can't go into India or wherever, or Israel, and you know, and all this crap. And the only metahuman, or he's not necessarily a metahuman, the only person seen above this is Superman, where he is the symbol of hope. You know, everyone assumes and sees Superman as better than everything else. You know, he's not Batman, where he's dark and brooding and getting chased by the cops at the same time as saving the world. You know, he's a real leader. But the only guy, so he's basically the only guy seen above all of this, you know. And now and then we get to the end of this where we see that Dr. Manhattan starts narrating a vision of Superman attacking him as the world is crumbling around him and Superman. He wonders if as Superman is attacking him, he doesn't see, like, this is a month from now, but after this vision, he doesn't see anything else after this. And he looks into a week, a month, a year into it, and nothing exists. And he's wondering whether Superman actually kills him or if he actually just destroys everything. So yeah, listen, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please follow us